It's a pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure to
Firstly,
be
I must say your fashion sense inspires me. Like, I'm always looking at your clothes like, Charlie. You always look amazing.
Thank you.
Whether for corporate, whether for church, you're always on point.
And you do too.
Thank you so much. Now, I would love to start from the beginning. For many of our listeners, I mean, we see you as the first lady of a huge church, but we'd like to get to know you beyond all the protocol and everything else that you deal with. Tell me how, or at what point in time you knew that going into ministry might be your calling as well.
Thank you very much for having me here, and I want to use this opportunity to greet the audience listening. So I would say that my mom knew from the onset, but I did not know.
Wow.
And then she decided to tell me on my wedding day, when she was helping me with the tiara, right?
Yes.
She was like, oh my goodness, the Lord has answered my prayer.
No way.
Yes, and this is me thinking, okay, was she thinking I wasn't going to get married? Or you know how mothers
Yeah.
But I was young when I was marrying, so it wasn't as if I was at an age where she's thinking,
yes,
my daughter is all ambitious, when is she going to get married? And she said, no, you have no idea. I just prayed to the Lord that one of you, and I sensed it was going to be you, would do the Lord's work and serve God's people. But I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to marry a pastor. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be a pastor. She said, well, I know you're going to serve God's people. Go and do just that. You're going to be a wife to him, but there's a calling on you, and one day it's gonna, So for me, I've always loved to serve God's people. I went to Bible school not thinking I was going to need it. And anyway, I think everybody needs Bible school, whether you're a pastor or not. But it was her quest to prepare me for the unknown.
Wow.
And I'm so grateful to God that I get to serve his people. I don't take it for granted at all. For me, it's not about the titles, whether you've been ordained, you're a reverend, you're a pastor's wife. It's amazing that the Lord has put me on this journey, and we are affecting lives and creating change.
I love that. Now, we are in the pink month of October, and it's always leaned towards advocacy, sisterhood, and you are someone that's placed that squarely on your chest in order to do so, including creating the convener, as being convener of God's Ultimate Women Conference. What does a month like this, which reflects on sisterhood and advocacy, mean to you?
Well, it means a lot to me, and for those who have followed me for long, I think in 2010, it's been 15 years.
Wow, yeah, it's 15
years.
2010
we launched the breast cancer campaign, and every single year we would organize free breast screening, for up to 500 women.
Wow.
But since COVID hit, we took a break, but then we came back this year. So last weekend, I organized free breast screening. Now, when people hear this, they think, is she a survivor of breast cancer? I think we should not wait to experience breast cancer. You do not have to wait for it to happen to you. Once it happens to my sister, it's closer than we think. So I'm so passionate about everything that concerns, women. And for me, I think that ladies in ministry, we should rather champion this cause, because sometimes when the church members come, they think everything is prayer. There's a place for prayer. There's a place for wisdom. There's a place for mentorship. There's a place where you go to the clinic. There's a place for eating well, staying healthy. Because at the end of the day, when you carry destiny, it's your mandate to take care of this body so that the Lord can use you when he wants to use you. And by the way, I also believe that there's spiritual attacks, with all of this. But screening is important. Know that the enemy has attacked you with, a lamp. Fight it spiritually, but go to the hospital and get it removed as well.
Absolutely. Honestly, that is very refreshing, hearing this from you. Now, walk me through your journey.
Okay.
From the beginnings, and how it's been like navigating, not only helping your husband lead or be called, really, but also following your calling and remaining ambitious and also fulfilling it all at the same time.
So personally, I want to be a thermostat and not a thermometer. It hasn't been easy, but I tell myself when I go to a place with all the turbulence, Lord, use me to be the thermostat. If the room has to be calm, let it be calm. If the room has to be cold, use me to make it cold. I've embraced the calling, although I wear a lot of hats. It's the grace that sustains me. It hasn't been easy, but it's just the grace. And let me use this opportunity to commend my husband. He makes it easy as well. He recognizes the call of God on my life and the potential that I have, and he has nurtured it so well. I always give him the credit, because where we come from, whether we want to talk about this or not, I don't know if it's the culture. Even if it's the culture, we have to unlearn, to relearn. It's not easy for some men to understand that, listen, this is what my wife carries. We are not in competition. We are collaborating. She compliments me. Let me help her to rise. Sometimes some men are insecure. And yesterday on the live, my speaker said something. She said women have to also understand how to massage their ego, because he may come across as insecure. Maybe it's his insecure friends, saying certain things to him. You have to also learn the skill to let your husband or your partner buy into what you're carrying.
Now let's talk about marrying right, because as I listen to you, a lot of making it easy on your journey is marrying right. Once you find the right partner who not only help you buy into his vision but also buys into yours, seems critical, especially for a modern day woman that wants to achieve a lot more.
It's so crucial. Mimi and I had an interview which went viral and people were bashing us. I think they did not understand what I was saying. I was saying that marriage is important, but as a woman, when you set out to think that it's just marriage, you may not even prepare for that marriage. The Lord created you on purpose. The book of Jeremiah says that I knew you when you were just a clot in your mother's womb. Now, when the Lord knew you, AJ, what did he know you as? Even if he knew you as a wife, there's something you carry that you're bringing to the table. First of all, as a single woman, you have to develop yourself. Develop yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. If you have to educate yourself while you're waiting, do not just wait in God's waiting room. Oh Lord, let my Boaz locate me. When Boaz located Ruth was gleaning. She was doing something. So while you're waiting for Boaz to locate you, as a matter of fact, it was a gleaning that made Boaz
pay attention to her.
So get your things together, prepare yourself for this journey. And when you are dating, you're taking data, you're asking questions. I tell women, create scenarios. Intentionally say that, babe, my friend came to me, this is what she's going through. It's just something you're creating that if we get married, like talk about kids, how will he react? You're picking up data. Now, if that man is not for you, young woman listening to me, you're single, please shut the door and move on. Marriage is not the end. If you marry right and you live a purposeful life, one day you're going to stand before God and God is going to ask you, I asked you to do this, what did you do with it? But when you marry right, oh my goodness,
it helps everything.
Even it helps. There are women who used to be very prayerful, very close to God, but because of a bad marriage, a bad experience with a Christian man, they have given up. Some people have backslided. So it's so crucial to marry right. Don't leave out prayer. You have to pray. Some people will say, so when I pray, will I hear God's audible voice? No, but the Lord will show you the signs.
Absolutely.
If you stay connected, when we talk about intimacy, it's like a man and a woman who are so close. When you see couples who are, doing lovey-dovey, there are people who stay intimate in bed, behind the scenes. Be intimate with the Holy Spirit and he will drop the signs.
I love that. If you're just tuning in, I'm having a wonderful conversation with Lady Rosemond Prempeh, and we'll be getting into a very exciting initiative she has created, aimed at also bringing women to the table and having honest, fulfilling conversations with a very amazing list of speakers as well. But God's Ultimate Women Conference, and I'm really excited to get into this. But let me put it a little on the ice first and come to the pressures of your work. Because I can assume it's not very easy.
No, it's not.
I've seen some of the pastors after church on a Sunday, they could stay, maybe service end at 10 hours. They're leaving at like 5 p.m. because everybody wants to see them, and you have to do counseling, you have to do and it's a constant thing. How's your schedule like, and how do you manage the stress?
So when you ask me how is my schedule like, I don't even know if I have a schedule. Because moving with a prophet, like anything can happen. Like my husband, once God says this, like, babe, we're doing this, and that's it. You don't ask questions. There's been times when we will close from service, we'll end up somewhere else. He has to speak to people. There are emergencies that he has to attend to. If you want to marry a pastor and you're listening to me, it's not a walk in the park.
It's not, I can imagine.
But the Lord will give you the grace. The Lord will give you the grace. I would say that is the grace of the Lord that sustains me. And I also understand when I have to step back, when I have to step in, It's all about divine alignment, really. It's all about divine alignment. And every single time you look at the bigger picture that you're doing this for the Lord, But there's a lot of pressure in ministry. But I say to ministers, you also have to take time to step out when you have to step out, when you need a sabbatical, because at the end of the day, you can't keep pouring and pouring and pouring and remain empty. You have to take care of this. So you need to have certain boundaries as well, But all in all, God has been good.
Is it hard to enforce boundaries?
It's so hard to enforce boundaries because if you're not careful, people will think that you're pushing them away, right? I know there are emergencies, but on a good day, you should have a boundary that not everybody can just call you every time, It also, if you pour into your people, well, they should be able to stand certain things. I remember a man of God came to our church, preached, and said, people can even call him, say, oh, I just saw a mosquito in my room. I think it's a devil I want to bind, from America. I said, can people be petty like this?
Oh my goodness.
I know. He said, no, this one, I think, sometimes we exaggerate. If it's not an emergency, you don't necessarily have to call him.
Absolutely. Now, how do you unwind?
Unwind. I love to spend time with my girls. I have 3 daughters, by the way.
Amazing.
I love to spend time with them. I love to read. I love to just be by myself. I love gardening. I think I use gardening to unwind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love gardening.
Okay, I like that.
I love gardening.
Okay. As someone who, my plants are always dying with me, I appreciate someone who likes gardening. I wish I had a green thumb, but Charlie, Okay, that's actually really, really cool. Now, coming to the idea behind God's Ultimate Women Conference, how did it come about?
So I realized that, and this is not to say I didn't have mentors when I became a first lady or a pastor's wife, but I realized that I was looking for a woman and I could not find her. I was looking for someone to hold my hand, to tell me as it is, encourage me, to see me when I didn't see myself. It's not always rosy. There are times when you feel, am I doing enough? Am I even doing it right? And I said to myself, God, if I have the opportunity, I would want to be that for other women and bring other people in the room where, these seasoned women of God can impact their lives. So really, God's Ultimate Woman is a conference for every woman who knows that she wants to live a purposeful life. So the main thing is purpose.
Okay.
You know that you're here, all that you're going through, there's more to it, for you. So first of all, you want to identify that purpose. You want to understand your identity. We talk about so many things, self-sabotaging. And these women, I know, we self-sabotage
all the time.
So much.
And you're just imposter syndrome, and you're really thinking, Jachale, am I even meant to? Oh my goodness, all the time.
You are all that. And let me say this to you, AJ, you are doing so well. You are all that.
Thank you. That it makes a lot coming from you. It means a lot because you second guess. I second guess myself all the time. Like, okay, am I doing this right? Is this? But it feels good coming from you.
Yeah. And really, these are women who have been there, done that. The Lord has molded them. They've impacted lives, right? I tell people that growing up, we used to see them in the newspapers or, hear their names on radio. But by the grace of God, Reverend Mrs. Rosemond Anaba, the wife of Reverend Eastwood Anaba,
that's amazing.
She is going to be there.
That's
Ladies,
amazing.
you have to be there. Like, you don't get this every time. And we also have Reverend Dora Takia Boy, Mama Dora. I call her Mama Dora, the wife of Bishop Takia Boy. We also know her impact in the society. society. And we also have coming all the way from Nigeria, Pastor Tinu Asejemi. She came last year. Amazing. And she's coming this year. Amazing. My husband will be there, and I will be ministering myself by the grace of God. Now, the reason why we have this conference is to nurture the next generation, to compare notes, to encourage one another. You know, they are saying that, listen, we see you, we see what you're going through. It almost seems as if you've been buried, right? But the Lord has planted you. It seems dark, but when you plant a seed, it germinates, it dies, right? You keep watering, and before you know, it pops out. So they are telling you that the Lord has your back. We went through it, we survived it. This is how we did it. You can also do it.
Amazing. So please walk us through. When is it starting?
So
where is it happening?
Tomorrow.
Woo, woo.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. It's happening right in our auditorium, Ultimate Charismatic Center. The time is 6 p.m. It's at Dome Pillar 2.
Okay.
It's located in Dome Pillar 2, sorry. We have the Google location.
Yes, so just put in Ultimate Charismatic Center, and it will bring you straight to Dome.
Okay. So tomorrow is 6 p.m. Okay. Friday is 6 p.m. Okay. But ladies, you have to be seated by 5:30.
Very necessary.
Listen, this one is absolutely free of charge. So you can imagine we're not paying money, so you have to be there on time. But on Saturday, we call it the spiritual spa because it's like you're getting everything. It's like you go to the spa, you have the massage, you do the pedicure.
Yes.
On Saturday, we're going to discuss everything you can think about. We're going to be discussing leadership, finance, relationship for both single and married people. And there's a session called Taking Off the Mask. The things that sometimes we shy away from, we do not want to discuss, the things that we think bring us shame, we sweep under the carpet. We're going to go there.
I love that.
On Saturday.
I love that.
And Saturday is at 9 a.m. You have to be seated by 8 o'clock. We want to finish early, so come at 9 and your life will not be the same. And then on Sunday, we have the celebration service at 10 a.m.
Now that I'm really looking forward to as a climax of it, because I'm sure it will be power-packed.
Yes.
That's incredible. So starting tomorrow, Thursday 6 p.m., Friday 6 p.m., Saturday 9 a.m., and then Sunday at 10 a.m. And we have what will be God's Ultimate Woman Conference with some very, very powerful speakers who are all going to be coming through and allowing you share your truth, which is really important. Now, touching on the role of the church in advocacy and empowerment, really, because I love that you and a number of other ladies or first ladies of the church, of different churches, are advancing that. But sometimes it feels as if it's not being done enough. And maybe that's my layman looking from the outside in. How can we improve advocacy and empowerment in the churches?
Thank you very much. I like that you said you see other people doing it. I think that it's even good that we started. I'm sure that other, first ladies and other pastors' wives, other women in leadership, in ministry will follow. But I think that when anything starts, sometimes we have challenges, right? Because sometimes when people are not used to certain things, there's a thin line between people saying, hey, so are they saying that, we can't believe in God anymore? They have to advocate. And sometimes they take it as, are you being a feminist? Nothing wrong with the word feminism, just that some people, some people have, redefined it as if when you say feminism, we're saying that we don't believe in men, we don't respect them. So personally, sometimes I stay away from some of these things. But really, you see men like my husband advocating for women, pushing women. What are they saying? Now, when Margaret Thatcher went to London, when she went to the parliament, it's believed that there was a time, the first time she went there was no washroom for her.
Wow.
The washroom was male.
Wow.
Why?
Wow.
Is it because they did not even think a woman
is capable?
Exactly. But here we see women, so many leadership roles. For the first time in Ghana, we have a female vice president. Yeah. It should tell you that the Lord is taking women somewhere. We do these things to prepare that woman. It's beautiful to have the degrees. Some of us have bagged a few by the grace of God. But it is not my degree that has brought me this far. When people see me, Lady Rosemond, you are so confident. I love what you're doing. I tell people I use Acts 4:13. Bible says that when they saw what the apostles were doing, they said, but these men are ordinary men. They are not that educated. They are not learned men. Where is this courage and confidence coming from? And they came to the conclusion that, wow, they have been with Jesus. Let people know that you have been with Jesus. And this is why you're standing up for the other woman in health, in finance, in marriage. Let's advocate for them.
I love that. I really love that. Now, who are your favorite gospel artists?
Hey,
let me put you on the spot there. If you had to pick maybe one or two, okay, let's leave it open. Maybe favorite gospel song.
Hey, and I don't doing this. I'll skip that question.
Hey. But do you remember the first time you ever stood in a pulpit and preached?
Oh, yes, I remember.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So it was a Thursday. My husband told me that, baby, I'm preaching on Sunday.
Hey.
And when I even remember what I was wearing. I remember what I preached. I preached on God's faithfulness or faithfulness to God or something. So I thought, okay, if he's told me on Thursday, maybe he's going to give me notes,
He just left me.
So on Saturday, I said, babe, am I still preaching? He said, yes, haven't you prepared?
Hey.
I said, but why didn't you give me like 1 month? He
yes,
said,
to now
no,
work.
I think the time is right. You are preaching on Sunday, so prepare.
Wow.
I started. I said, okay, you just sit down and listen. He said, it's not a performance. We can go through the notes, but the Holy Spirit will do what He has to do. So I remember, yes, it was very early in our marriage. I had 1 child then. I remember.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, if you're just tuning in, I'm having an amazing conversation with Lady Rosemond Prempeh, First Lady of Ultimate Charismatic Center, wife of Prophet Prempeh, also the convener of the Ultimate Women, God's Ultimate Women Conference happening starting tomorrow, Thursday, through to Sunday. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., Friday at 6 p.m., Saturday at 9 a.m. We're inviting you to join us for all of that and more. But I'm sure there are quite a number of amazing speakers because I see some panel sessions, a whole bunch of amazing things happening. Walk us through some of the people that are going to be there.
Okay, thank you. So for the Taking Off the Mask panel session, we have Anita Nadia Atta.
Okay.
She's currently with Carl Bank. We have Stacey Amwatin. I believe that you know Stacey.
Yes, I love Stacey.
In the industry. We have Anita Okorie from Deco.
I know Anita. Yes.
And we have Whitney Boache-Mensah, my own Whitney.
I love Whitney. Okay, your panel is packed and amazing.
Listen. And right after them, we have the Women in Leadership. And coming this year is Madame Charlotte Osei and Madame Obobia
Daku. Yes.
So it's going to be amazing.
Oh my goodness. Now, this is something you cannot miss. And this is on Saturday.
Yes, it's on Saturday.
So on Saturday, the Pulling Back the Mask session is, oh my goodness. And the Women in Leadership, because Charlotte Osei and Madame Obobia are 2 powerful women in governance and in politics. And it's amazing to see them
and
share their own.
So, the questions that you've been wanting to ask them, that's the opportunity we'll have to ask them. Like how they did it.
Yes. Okay, now I'm going to be there, guys. Okay. I'm going to be there. The one and only Mimi is also going to be there. So you have no reason not to be there. So going over our panel list, we have Whitney Boache-Mensah, we have Anita Okorie of Deco Zone, we have
Anita
Nadia Arthur of Carl Bank, and we also have Stacey Amwating, Ace Media Personality, and they will be sharing their truths. And it's exciting because all of them master in different things. Whitney is someone who's also championed a lot of advocacy herself. Anita is someone who's excelled in business. Stacey excelled in media, and then as well in banking we have Anita. So it will be exciting to see all 4 of them, and then the stories that they will share of their journey,
the God factor,
and the God factor that has really propelled them in everything that they do. And the Women in Leadership, of course, you cannot go wrong with these 2 amazing women, Charlotte Osei and Madame Obobia Poku. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But for anyone who might be still on the fence on the reasons why they should be there, why should they be at God's Ultimate Women Conference starting tomorrow evening?
Okay, you should be there because this is your the opportunity you've been waiting for. You've been believing God that God, I think I need a sign. I feel like there's more to this life that I'm seeing, and it seems like I'm not even doing things right. You need this conference because there'll be other women in the room who are probably walking the journey that you're walking, or other women who have gone ahead of you who want to hold your hand. Another thing that people do not realize is that when we finish, we take time to network, and you see, it's so important that you are connected to the right woman. The Bible says that when Elizabeth met Mary, the baby leaped. Sometimes you meet somebody and you're like, listen, I don't know, we just gel.
Yes.
But spiritually, there's a baby in you that leaped because you're all carrying destiny. You're all purposeful women. You are women going somewhere. I want you to be in that room and meet the woman that will let the baby in you leap. And you know that the sky is just a starting point.
Absolutely. Now, if that doesn't convince you, I don't know what again will. It's going to be an amazing Thursday through to Sunday with Lady Rosemond Prempeh at God's Ultimate Woman Conference happening at the Ultimate Charismatic Center located in Dome. And with some of the most amazing speakers. Jenna, please put the speakers back on the screen. Let's recap some of the wonderful speakers we're going to be having. Reverend Mrs. Rosemond Anaba. And interesting, you're both Rosemonds, Reverend Mrs. Dora Takiaboy, Pastor Tinu Agyeman. Of course, are we going to see Prophet also pass through? The theme is Overcome to Become from the 9th to the 12th of October. And we're inviting you all to be a part of it. Lady Rosemond, thank you so much for this amazing conversation. I have learned so much. And I can't wait to come on my notepad and jot even more down this weekend. But final words from you on even what to expect, even after the conference and everything else inclusive.
Final words, what to expect. You need to be ready to do the work. Sometimes people think that, once I've been anointed, I've heard the messages. Do not hear the message, write in your journal and go back home. Prepare that after this conference, you will not remain the same. That one I can just assure you, but you have to put in the work. We want to come back next year with testimonies, testimonies overflowing. I couldn't have a child by the grace of God, the Lord touched me. I wanted to start a business by the grace of God, I got all the insight. So prepare to do the work after this conference, because I know that your life will not be the same again.
Absolutely. And yes, thank you so much to you, Lady Rosemond Prempeh, for coming through. Now, reminding you about Bill's microcredit. If you're running a business and need more capital, or you're a salary worker looking for extra funds, Bill offers fast and easy loans with no collateral, no deposit, and no savings required. Call Bills today on 059 6920 83